Father Christmas was chuckling as he put an arm around James's shoulder and led him over to a huge ice table covered with food and drinks. There were mostly ice creams and ice lollies, but James was happy with that, and so by the looks of it were all the snowmen. There were chocolate chip ice creams, there was caramel, there was strawberry, all of them James's favorite. They put crackers, they sang songs, and then the fun and jollification really began. There was a live band, one snowman on the drums, another 5 or 6 on fiddles, 2 or 3 on flutes and whistles, another on the saxophone, and he was brilliant, and Father Christmas himself on the street box. It was a great sound, and they all had a great knees up, as James' grandma would have called it. They danced lots of Scottish dances. Quite a few of the snowmen came from Scotland because it's often very snowy up there, James was told. There were reels and jigs and all sorts, and James danced every one of them with his snowman. All night long they danced and danced up and down and round about. They had a ball, they had the best knees up, the best fun, and the best jollification ever. And then a marvelous and beautiful and quite unexpected thing happened. Well, come to think of it, most of James's adventure with the snowman had been quite unexpected. One of the snowmen came running into the cave, waving his hand for all the music and dancing to stop. When the cave had fallen quiet, silent, he started speaking. "It is time, it's happening," said the snowman. Come, come quickly, the northern lights." And they all ran out at once, James clinging to his snowman's hand so he didn't get knocked over in a stampede of excited snowmen. They all stood, every one of them, hushed and gazing up in the sky. James wondered for a moment what they were all looking at, but he saw it for himself. The sky on the horizon was changing color before his eyes, and the colors were moving, weaving, wafting in and out of one another, making rippling waves of blue and green and yellow, and violet and pink and orange and white and red. James had seen rainbows back at home, even a double rainbow once, but never anything like this. Neither the northern lights, his snowman whispered. Aurora borealis. Isn't it the most wondrous sight? It always happens on the night before Christmas, and it means the time has come. Time for what, Mr. Snowman? James asked him. James couldn't understand it, but every time he spoke to the snowman, he felt on top of the world. "You will soon see," the snowman replied. "It won't be long now. Keep looking or you might miss them. You will hear them before you see them. Listen." And as James listened, he heard the sound of bells, jingling coming from inside the cave, and in among the jingling bells came a voice he recognized. The voice of Father Christmas. "Giddy up, my beauties," he was calling. "Giddy up, we've got a long, long way to go, and a lot of children to visit all over the world. So giddy up, my beauties, jingle those bells." And as James and the snowman watched, they saw a team of reindeer pulling a sleigh carrying Father Christmas. A mountain of presents piled high behind him. Everyone stood back to let them pass as they came trotting by. The snowmen were all clapping and cheering and singing them on their way. James did too, his heart full of happiness.